I became the problem when I made it no longer easy to disrespect or mistreat me. It's just that simple. Diamonds, thank you so much. I'm feeling a lot better. I took a much needed break, but now I'm back. Anyways, today's topic is when you no longer make it easy, excuse me, when you no longer make it easy for people to disrespect you or get away with making you the butt of jokes or whatever the case may be, you're going to be seen as the problem. And a lot of times people will like twist and manipulate that as you are the problematic person. You're the one that always has the problem. You're the one that has the drama. I remember so many times, like I was in a relationship and in the midst of that relationship, I thought that's what I wanted. But like I said, hindsight is 2020. I say that in so many videos. Now that I'm out of it, and I've had a lot of time, like a lot of time has gone by, and I look back at relationships and friendships and connections and acquaintances and everything. But I'm talking about this relationship specifically. I remember there was a lot of times where I was being disrespected, mistreated, and it wasn't necessarily him, it was the people around him. And, I always made an excuse and I used to say, oh, well, it's not him, it's them, it's them. And then I grew up. I grew up and I started reflecting on things, and I'm realizing even though the people around him might have been doing things or saying things or creating certain environments, they felt comfortable enough to do that because of him. So it is him. He is a part of that. He is the first step. He's essentially the facilitator in that, And I remember in this relationship, I would try to speak out about things, or I remember one time I blatantly flat out told him, like, I can't be with you anymore because this and that. And he had told me, maybe you should just not worry about it. Maybe you should just stop talking about it. And it's a form of gaslighting because it's like, it's so easy to say that if you're not the one experiencing it. It is so easy for someone else to tell you how to handle something if they are not experiencing it, right? Like, because they know all the answers, they know everything. But when I was in the midst of that relationship, and I wasn't as strong as I was mentally, and I wasn't as solid in my character and who I am, I started to believe, well, dang, maybe it is me. Like, there was a couple of times when, the people around him, I've always been like this. Like, I'm a big hugger in person. Like, if you ever meet me, I'm going to hug you. And it doesn't put most people off, honestly. I know some people have like their thing about personal space, which I totally understand and I respect, but I've never had a problem with it. But the reason why I'm such a big hugger is because like I genuinely feel things. Like, it's unbelievable. I don't even know how to, like, I'm gonna explain it in words, but even as I'm explaining it, it's not gonna fully translate to what's going on in my head. But I remember this one time I had hugged this woman, and it was kind of like the first get together. And I remember when I hugged her, I felt nasty, like not dirty, but I just like, I was like, ooh, this don't feel right. But I put it aside. And this person I was in a relationship with, I told him, like, I don't really get a good feeling from her. I don't know. He kept pacifying, like, no, it's just you. Come on, don't do this. Like, you're just thinking too much about it, blah, blah, blah. A few months later, boom, boom, boom. Things started coming out. Truth started popping to the surface. Everything that would make you disgusted from a person started to come out from that woman. And it just blew my mind because it was like a few months ahead, right? Even when I just met her, I didn't know anything about her. When I hugged her, I felt something. So anyways, I say all that to say, when I was in a relationship with this person, with this guy, I just say guy, but when I was in a relationship with this guy, he had friends and people around him, and I just felt like, these people are being shady. Like, they're being shady. One, they're being shady towards you, and two, they're being shady towards me. But he was always the person, like, if you made a joke about him, he would laugh, like, ha, ha, ha. And I'm the person, you make a joke about me, it's like, you think it's funny? Now I'm going to say something back about you. And we're both going to be laughing, but you're not going to be liking the laughing, right? Your laughing is going to turn to a cry. That's how I am. I'm the kind of person, you know how to say, if they go low, you go higher? No. If they go low, baby, I'm going to take it to hell. I promise you. I promise you. Please don't do that to me. Please. But anyways, and I will do it with a smile and a laugh. But anyways, he was the kind of guy that, you know, he was okay being the point of a joke, and he was cool. It was a ha ha ha, but I never liked that. And I always clocked that, like, why are these people, your friends, your brother, your bestie, so comfortable being so shady towards you? And it's like, they've been so shady to you for so long that you don't even clock it anymore. You think it's just a part of their character. And here I come along and I'm clocking it, I'm clocking this, I'm clocking that. I'm snapping my fingers. Y'all can't see, but I'm snapping my fingers. And I'm clocking this and that. And everybody got a problem with me because I am not the one that's going to let you disrespect me. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm sipping wine, y'all. But anyways, I remember so many times, like, instances will come up. So I finally realized, you know what? I got to get out of this. This is not what's it. This is going to hold me back. Like, this is literally going to hold me back from where I need to go. And I feel like from that situation, I learned a lot, but I want you to kind of reflect in your own life. Like, have there been times when people have disrespected you and at first you let it happen? Like, maybe at one point, like, you genuinely believe, oh, they didn't mean it like that, or, you know, they were just trying to be funny, or this and that. But as you became cognitively aware, like, no, they did mean it like that. No, they did try to hurt you. No, they were trying to knock you down. Once you made that shift from passively accepting it to actively rejecting it, what happened? Did you all of a sudden become, oh yeah, she's just so cool, to, oh, she's so difficult? If you did make that shift from, oh, she's so cool, to she's difficult, well, then this is your cue to shine brighter. And I'm telling you, please don't let nobody play in your face. Just how I said, I'm a big hugger because for some reason, ever since I was a child, like, I've just been able to feel things. I'm special. Don't get me wrong. I know that for a fact. There's a quote I put on my channel, and this is something I came up with. This is something I believe, and I want you diamonds to walk around with this. The only woman better than you is the woman you'll be tomorrow. So I, for a fact, know I'm special. But what I'm saying is, there's other women, there's other diamonds who have that same ability to just feel things without even being able to rationalize it, right? So if that connects with you, then I'm talking to you specifically. Not everyone's like that. It's okay. It's not your skill. That's not your superpower. It's all right. But if I just said that and it connected with you and it resonated with you, listen. People will try to make that and twist it into something like you're crazy, or you're not logical, or you're not rational, or you're just pessimistic, or you're always thinking about the past, or you're always being negative. They will use your ability to, it's honestly, I'm not going to say psychic because I that's not a good word to explain, but it's as close as a word that I can think of at the moment. But it's almost like you can psychically, like, almost see things because you feel it so deeply, So if you have that ability, you should trust that more than what people tell you, because what people tell you is something they can craft up and create and sit back and write down on a piece of paper and plan it out. And, oh, if she says this, then I'm going to respond this way. Or if she tries to do this, I'm going to respond this way. Your feeling, your initial feeling, nobody can construct that but you. Nobody has control of your initial feeling but you. Oh my God, there have been so many times, y'all. I'd be kicking myself in the butt. There'd be so many times when I knew I should do something or I knew I shouldn't do something, and I went against my better judgment because it was what something else or what someone else wanted, or just, or just because I went against my better judgment because it wasn't logical what I was thinking. And when it all unfolds, my initial plan, my initial reaction, my initial judgment was the correct one. I'm happy I've experienced those times, and it hasn't been to the point where it's like detrimental, but it's almost like, at what point are you going to experience that enough to realize you need to start taking your initial feelings and judgment first before you don't listen to it, and it does become detrimental, And I say all this to say, when you make it impossible to disrespect you, you're going to be seen as someone who is difficult, hard to deal with, just everything under the sun in the book. It is what it is. But that is your time to shine brighter. Like, baby, when I say shine brighter, I literally mean, if people say, okay, say you're someone who you never took care of yourself. You always did what everyone else wanted. You always looked out for everyone else. And now you're in the space where you're realizing, you know what? Baby, the only one responsible for taking care of me is me. So I'm going to take care of me in a way that I benefit the most and first. When you start to have that mindset, people are going to twist that and use it against you. And it's something that, you weren't doing before. So it's even harder to accept. You need to shine brighter than you've ever shined before. Like, literally every day, make it a goal to shine brighter, to kick up the notch, like, if you, like I said, if you never took care of yourself, take care of yourself first. If you always looked out for everyone else, look out for yourself first. It's like, we always talk about, what is that saying? The Lord prepares the Lord prepares a feast for you in the presence of your enemies. And then it talks about your cup runneth over. Okay, if we want to get biblical, we want to get spiritual, we want to get scripture based. It does not say that when God gives you two, then you take the one and you give to someone else. No, you need to fill yourself up. You need to make sure you have so much within yourself that there's an off pour, and that off pour is what people get. They don't get what was meant to be directly into your cup. They get what is the off pour of your cup, right? So when you make it a character trait, make it a habit where you speak up for yourself and you don't let yourself become disrespected. Don't let yourself get mistreated. Don't accept that. Make that a part of your personality. And it's like, as a result of that, you will start seeing yourself in a better light. You will start carrying yourself in a better light. You will start attracting better opportunities. You will start meeting better people and going into better places. And it's like, that's the stream that's pouring into your life. And as a result of that, then it overflows outside of your life, right? Taking care of yourself, making sure you're priority number one, making sure you have everything you want when you want it is your top priority. Being the people pleaser, being the yes girl, being the one that's easy to get along, that is dead and done and over with. That is so over with. That is so over with. If you can get along with you, that's all you need to, that's all that matters. And let me tell you, when you are at peace with yourself, you will draw people who are at peace with themselves, and y'all will come in and have a very beautiful and peaceful environment. That's what you need to do. But making, basically, don't make being a people pleaser or being the one that's just everyone's problem solver so much of your character. Don't make it any part of your character, but don't make that a part of your life to the point where, becoming disrespected or mistreated is okay. You need to carry yourself in a way where people don't even think about trying you. Like, they don't even think about it. Like, they get scared of the thought of even thinking about it. You know what I mean? Because that's what the main character is. Nobody tries the main character. They might try at first, but once she gets her stuff together, once she realizes who she is, once she starts walking like she knows who she is, don't nobody try that. And that's where you are. That's where you are, my love. I love you, and I will talk to you soon.